Basically lived here pretty well 19 years on and off. I've had the place for probably 30 years. I was unsure of whether the house was here. I'd heard reports that I might have survived, but yeah, it wasn't to be so. And yeah, just since then it's been coming to terms with what has happened. And basically I wasn't here when the fire was on. I was at work. We got cut off over at Nymboida. It was pretty fierce, the fire, from what we could see at Nymboida. Yeah, I basically went back into town into Mum's place on the Friday night. I couldn't get home until about Sunday, and yeah, it's pretty devastating, finding the place as it was. Very devastating, actually. Quite gut-wrenching. Yeah, a lot of hard work put into the place, and yeah, it was pretty sad. And it's basically coming to terms with the events that occurred. It's basically start again at some point. Just got to work up the courage for that. The house took about seven years of work to build it. I did have help from friends, but yeah, basically I was self-built. Nymboida, which is to the west of here, is they were really adversely affected. They lost a lot of homes over there. There's been a couple of places lost over in the Kangaroo Creek area. Culturally, the area is still intact, as far as the neighbours and that go. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt in the fires in this area, unlike places like Waitala and down at Port Macquarie where people were lost. We've lost houses, we've lost material possessions, but basically people are safe. So basically everything that was inside the house is gone. Yeah, pretty well all my possessions and a lot of my son's possessions. My son lived here part-time with me, so yeah, just the material stuff is that's gone. The collection of records and as you do over time, books and that, and just clothing and stuff that you accumulate in your life. And structurally the house is totally unsound, so maybe coming back down to the pad, might be a place to start from, when it comes to starting over again. At the moment, I don't really feel like doing much at all. The landscape it's just too harsh to live in at the moment. I've got somewhere to stay in town, but as soon as the rain comes in, which will occur eventually, the place will green up a bit and it'll be a lot easier to sort of live in the landscape. So I'm starting to look at plans of what to do in the near future, and then basically start over again. To be honest, I have been surprised. There has been a bit of bird song here in the mornings, so yeah, things that have survived. It's just that the birds aren't around. The fires have never burnt in this area like with the intensity that they have. I've never seen the place like this. I've seen the place since the 80s. There's been fires here in the past, but nothing at this level. Basically the bush has been knocked really bad, and just below the house is just a dry creek line that runs down into Kangaroo Creek. That has always had been a refuge area, but that's just totally devastated after this fire. And yeah, the wildlife has probably taken one hell of a hammering as well. But yeah, basically at the community level, I think people understand the devastation that people go through, and the fact that while it was a fire event, it's also related to climate. And basically as a community, we need to do something about climate and our effects on climate.